All right, this is a Marks High Security, also known as a Scorpion CX5. Okay, key works fine, both directions. You can see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins up the top, all gin bottles, and a set of 5 unsprung sliders. We've got a start sort of medium, goes down, 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 0 lift there, and then a maximum lift at the back again. That's the bidding of the sliders anyway. So I'm going to use this wiper insert up here. And I'm actually going to just draw a little pin mark on that, like that, for our starting false set, just to track things a little better. So I've got this Peterson pick here, nice heavy, thick pick that just slides right up nicely. So step 1, the lock act's a bit tapered. I'm just trying to get these gin bottles up into their milling and to stay there. Just apply a reasonable amount of tension. Pick them like standards. There you go. So just falling into that false set. So we're ready for milling time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 5, 4, 3, feels like we lost it. 3, 2, 1, 2. All right, they might be all set. Can be a bit hard to tell. Sidebar is definitely binding. Good. Now, yeah, it has done it. Pin 3 likes to shoot right past this gate and go over, and there we go. Set. You can sort of feel that it's overset and it's in a false gate if it's the last one holding there, but it's a lot quicker knowing that that's where it goes. So just quickly shine a light down and have a quick look and just go, is that what happened? And boom, open. Yeah, you can sort of visually decode these pretty all right too, as long as you can get this in there. You can visually wiggle them. They're all unsprung. You get a pretty good view from the front, even with a tailpiece completely blocking it. So like, there's the view down. If I get a light, maybe you can, I don't know, probably not. You can sort of see my view at those sliders on the side. And we can see that's definitely picked. There it is to 90 degrees. Much easier than something like an ASA 700. The gins in this are not super effective, and you'll see why when I gut it. So we're going to take the gins out the top one at a time. Try and do this carefully so you can see that they're all in the correct way. First we have spring, tweezers. So if I how best to do this. All right, so upside down, shake it. You can see standard, and there's that gin lip. So that was in the right way. All right, and then probably should lock it up again, eh? Lock it up. Get that key pin out. So that's 1. 2. Correct way. I mean, not that I would cheat, but because they are all milling, and I certainly did not float pick anything there. They give honestly quite good counter rotation. They're just not very well made. I think it's just important to be that a little bit more careful that I'm sort of showing off exactly which direction they've come out, just so no one can, to had them upside down and they were just acting like standard pins. I mean, I had that false set, should tell you, that is not what is happening, but head off any nonsense. Anyway, keep in please. There we go, keep in 3. Yeah. 4. That way. Oops. That way. And that way. Oop. And that way. So, as you can see, all of those chins were in fact facing the key pins, as they should be. So let's get a screwdriver on. And pull the core out, so we can have a look at the milling and the sidebar. Alright, so there's the back. So key. We don't actually need the key in it, but it helps keep the sliders in place while we cut it. Oop. It's this little tiny thing here that sits on the side right there as drill protection. So we'll just put that on the top. Catch the sidebar. Alright, there you can see the sidebar groove. There's the rest of the core like that. See, it's just got that threading, just goes down a little bit just for those, we call them grub screws. Yeah, that's the one. So you go marks, high security. So here we have our sidebar, as you can see. So it's, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sliders they are from the bottom. So take the sidebar out, which is just smooth, boring sidebar. And get our little sidebar springs. 1 and 2. Yep. And you can see with the key in, all of those sliders line up, but if we pull this key out, you can see them blocking. So they are all unsprung, so let's take that out. This is the back, so that is 5, 4, let's not go, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so there's another look at that core. So you can see there that milling. So we got proper catchy undercut there. You can see my tweezers getting caught right under it on every chamber. And because I It just shows that that goes both directions. Wouldn't matter which way I picked it. That milling should catch equally. And there's our spots for our 5 sliders, sidebar, bottom of the sliders. There was a shut down the keyway from the front. There you go. That is the plug. If we zoom in on these pins, so you can see these gins. Now, what separates these from good gins to bad gins is you'll notice that the lip here on this gin spool is both very thin, which means they do actually bounce around quite a bit when they're in that milling, but also the fatness of it is not reduced any. So actually what you can do, which I didn't, but you can, is just overlift the whole lot, all of them, right past that milling, and then just like pulse tension, and it'll fall back perfectly to set. And you could just avoid the milling altogether. But even then, like you saw it, they don't, even though they've got that lip, they're just not, the way they've done the diameter of them, they just counter rotate, just push out of it. It's not that difficult. It's nowhere near ASA 700 level, or ASA milling generally. So let's take a look at these sliders. So you can see that they've each got one gate. One's backwards, whatever. One's upside down, whatever. You can see they've all got a false gate, but only this one here that is a low lift. Only the false gate on that one could possibly come into play, because they basically only get you if you overset. So the other ones like this, they lift up, so the sidebar would get into the true gate, and then only if you overset it all the way here, which you actually can't do on some of them. It's physically not possible to get into the false gate. On this one you can push all the way up past, and it does get a bit stuck, and I have to push it back down, which is what I did to open it. And this one, if I overset, it starts in the true gate at 0. But if you lift that 4 up, it will get stuck in that true gate. And then, yeah, 5 is the max lift, so you can't possibly overset 5. Just shove it all the way up there and you'll be fine. So that is all of the pins on those. Let's see, this never works when I try and show this off, but there's a pin, here's that milling, and you can see it does catch, but you can sort of just get out. So it's not that bad. So anyway, that is a Marks High Security or a Scorpion CX5. Picked and gutted.